Thank you to the newly formed Racial Justice Family Network and for including me on such a distinguished guest list. I'm sorry that I can't be with you in person. Now, this is an exciting moment, and I know that you are going to make a significant contribution to ending racial discrimination within the family justice system. This is something I care about deeply, and that's not just because I'm the Minister for Children and Families. But visually, I'm clearly from a diverse background, and I myself have experienced racism. This is not acceptable for anyone, and it must be stopped. No family or child should be subjected to racism or injustice by any sector involved in children's social care. Like a lot of people here, I've been a social worker. I've worked across 3 different local authorities in regional and assessment teams, from child protection to looked after children. And I've also worked as a senior practitioner, and then in fostering, moving to management, and then finally a consultant in social work. I know what it is to have to step up, to urgently step in to protect a child in complex and very challenging situations. I know what it's like to work with families. And many of these challenges can be often traced to the struggles that poverty and disadvantage inflict. But not only this. Racism plays a part to isolate people, to prevent opportunities, to prevent growth. Racism creates barriers to success and to fulfilment. But I'm excited that what this coalition will do and what you can and will achieve. We're here today because racial inequality is endemic. In an ideal world, there'd be no need for a racial justice family network, but the numbers don't lie. Children from Black, Gypsy, Roma, Traveller, mixed heritage and other ethnic backgrounds are more likely to find themselves in care than white children. And these same groups are far less likely to get help from services that are there to support them. The average time courts take to allow a child to be adopted is 247 days for all children, but 309 days for those from ethnic minority backgrounds. Black families are overrepresented in kinship care, but underrepresented in formal kinship arrangements such as special guardianship orders. These children are losing out from services and support. Families are also losing out on appropriate services and support. This is wrong, and this must change. Now, despite having a diverse workforce, social workers from ethnic minority backgrounds remain underrepresented in leadership positions within children's social care. So there's so much that needs to be done. We need to challenge ourselves and change our organisations. We need to ensure that organisations are creating a relationship with their diverse staff. And this is to ensure that they have opportunities for training and to progress. Now, I'd like to thank the new Racial Justice Family Network for taking this on board, for championing Black and global majority children, their families and all who are working so hard to support them. We must all raise our voices against injustice that hinders far too many and creates sadness and misery and leads to disadvantage and deprivation. Now, I can promise you that in me you have a passionate and dedicated champion. You also have a passionate and dedicated government, but I know that we all need to do so much more. But change does begin from the top, and this Labour government believes in growth and breaking down the barriers to opportunity. I will also be challenging our internal practices to ensure that we get it right. This government is determined to support families and children. We are a mission-led government, and we are committed to delivering whole system reform of children's social care. We need to do better to support all children to be safe and to be able to access opportunities which will ensure they achieve and thrive. While we've got a clear plan for reforming the system, we know local authorities and partners are grappling with real challenges on the ground every day. In order for children to receive the best support, we must act quickly to call out and to address these racial disparities. I know some positive steps are already being taken. For example, in Adoption England's national recruitment campaign have focused on attracting prospective adopters from ethnic minorities. As a result, we have seen an encouraging rise in the number of approved ethnic minority adopters from 400 in 2020 to 630 in 2024. We are also working with Adoption England to identify why and to improve the rate of adoption for ethnic minority children. We are working to increase the diverse representation of people on adoption panels. This is to ensure they reflect the communities that they live in, diverse communities. This government is committed to providing opportunities for children from all communities. We'll begin by tabling a new equalities bill, and throughout children's social care we are working to embed racial equality in everything we do. We will continue to identify existing gaps and come up with new solutions. As part of these efforts, I was delighted to announce our first ever National Kinship Care Ambassador, Janie Davies, who is already doing amazing work for kinship children and carers. She will work with local authorities and government departments to improve services. A key priority for her will be to increase our knowledge of the experiences of Black and ethnic minority children and carers in kinship care. She will first focus on the gaps in the evidence base, and this is vital because we need to know more in this area. Addressing inequality is one of the reasons I'm keen to promote World Children's Day on the 20th of November. This marks the anniversary of the creation of the UN Convention on the Rights of the Child, and today is the 35th anniversary. The UK is a proud signatory of the UNCRC and is committed to protecting children's rights. We know there is far more to do and make sure that protection is watertight. But I'm grateful to all of the local authorities and professionals who have been working so hard to identify where the system is falling down and in championing solutions and change. Please do share with me and the department where you are making progress so that I can celebrate this with you. Thank you.